question was asked about following the guidance moment by moment, integrating your ego awareness as a soul. I had one day that was off the charts, stunning the way the guidance came. The question was asked, why don't our guides speak to us clearly like a phone call? Well, this is the example I alluded to earlier. If they spoke clearly all the time, I would not have had nearly the fun I did this one day this past month. And it started the moment I woke up. I hadn't even gotten out of bed, and I heard clear as day, like a phone call, Ilya Prigogine. I recognized the name of a Russian author or scientist. See, I don't even know who that person was. I think it's a man, but I had heard the name here or there, but not in a long time. Probably read it somewhere a while back, but I wrote it down because it was so clear. It came with no other guidance because the guides are not speaking like a phone call. They're just giving me a name out of the blue. So this is a clue for all of you. If you hear a word or see a visual and there's no reason for it, you don't know what the image is about, you've never heard the word before, or why would it come up? That's not your thoughts. That's not the recirculating air in your vehicle. That's something fresh coming through the sunroof, guys. So write it down as I did. I always have that pad of paper right by the bed. Now, I went to meditate and I asked the guides, what's up with Ilya Prigogine? Now I'm in a meditative state and I heard clear as day, do not go down that rabbit hole. What they meant was, don't spend half the day Googling Ilya Prigogine. You don't need to. It's not the reason you were given that name. So you learn to communicate with your guides in just one little sentence like that, and you know what they mean. This comes with practice, and it comes with setting the intention that you will know and that it will be very clear to you. So I went for my daily walk that day, and Ty was not with me, so I said, oh, I'll just listen to something on my earpods. And I decided to listen to a YouTube video. Well, I tuned in and I said, what should I listen to? They guided me to listen to a video by an author named Ervin Laszlo. He has written about 100 books on consciousness. I don't think I have ever watched a video by Ervin Laszlo, but I asked, what should I watch? That's another way you can communicate with your guides. You have some free time. What should I read now? What should I watch on TV? What YouTube search terms should I use? This is the way we integrate our soul awareness with our human side moment by moment throughout the day. And I clearly was guided to watch Ervin Laszlo. Well, I knew immediately when he said a few words that I had listened well, because he used the words in his video that something was beyond your ken, K-E-N. That's a word that means beyond your knowing. It's archaic language. Ervin Laszlo is not a native English speaker. He used that unusual term, and I started laughing because that exact phrase, beyond your ken, was given to me in the Daily Way message several hours earlier that very morning, right after I asked about Ilya Prigogine. Now, there's no connection with them, but I was tuned in meditation. In fact, you could go to the Daily Way right now and search for Beyond Your Ken, and we'd know exactly what day this happened because it was right there. And when I heard it in meditation, I thought, oh, that's strange wording. And there it was in a video I was guided to. So what I'm trying to do here is model for you how moment by moment, ask your guides, what's the best thing for me to do now? And they'll give you these cool validations. They didn't say it to me that second time. It came up in what I was listening to, and that's the validation. So I spent the rest of the evening putting together a YouTube video about Christ consciousness, unity consciousness, and I was using excerpts from some talks I had given. When I finished the video, sat down after dinner to do some reading, and I have about 6 books on the coffee table in the living room, every one of them partially read. How do you think I approached that? hey guides, which one of these is the best one for me to read this evening? So I dove into one, and it was an Irvin Laszlo book, and it was edited chapters from various well-known writers about consciousness. I turned to a chapter by Barbara Marx Hubbard. Some of you may know her. I believe she's passed now. And she was talking all about Christ consciousness and used over and over many of the terms that I had just put in my own YouTube video. I remember thinking, this day is crazy, all these synchronicities. And then just before I'm ready to close the book and go to bed, are you ready for this? Barbara Marx Hubbard referenced, you know who? Ilya Prigogine. Oh my God. The day started out with that name being put in my mind, and because my ongoing intention, which I hope will be yours from this day forward, is to be guided moment by spirit who has the bigger picture. It led me to one miracle moment after another and closed the chapter that day with that bit of magic. And they just said, you will never be at a loss for teaching in these monthly connections if we're willing to listen, right? Just got to remember to write it down.